Well, I'm down to about my last two dunny rolls from the time I had the big buy-up in, I don't know if it was mid-2013 or something like that. But I've still got plenty of blooming dust-covered olives. Someone said I should have a subscriber giveaway for all the blooming jars of olives I've still got. This would be, well, I've probably got 7 left after this one still. Still going through the shampoo, still heaps and heaps of detergent. I've probably got another year worth of, like as in clothes washing. Probably got another year worth of clothes washing detergent. And I'm only about quarter way through the shampoo as well. But yeah, she's building up with a bit of dust there. But I thought I'd better get on and eat the damn things. I'm eating capers, which these are, for all essential purposes, are just shitty bloody Spanish olives that they're nothing more than salt cubes, which is pretty much what the French capers are as well. So I might as well be eating these and get them out of the way than eat a brand new jar of French capers. Stupid phone wasn't going to play ball for a minute there, so and when it finally does and the wind starts blowing, turns out I got all this wire down here I never even knew I had. I thought I'd have about one more load of scrap metal, maybe one load and not be able to fit on a few rolls, but looks like I'm going to end up with 2 loads, and I won't need to ram the rolls on quite as hard for the first load because I'm going to have to come down and get these, which I thought I'd got all these, but it turned out I got all this sort of wire. And then we picked up some more of this as we've been picking up the post today. As we've been going in the fence line where the fence is replaced, picking up all the posts. My father's just grabbing the last few logs. There's a heap of junk here that was some of my fence, and we've been pulling a bit of this out and loading on the trailer, but most of it is just crap. And a lot of this here is just pure rubbish out of the old sheepyards here. So it's quite possibly a next summer project. I'll just see how we got to go because we've got to re-roof the house. We actually get to and disassemble this blooming big load of corrugated iron and, yeah, you guessed it, pallets, and get all this old wooden shit and stack it all against probably this boxthorn and burn the whole bloody lot out. But yeah, that'll be that's a gonna do. I don't know if I'll come down here in the winter and have a go at a bit of this, but probably not. The grass will probably be right up in the air. But, I may do, but we'll see. Probably not, because I won't be able to get out half the stuff for the grass anyway, and all I'll be doing is just getting myself all this wet grass up around my knees. But, yeah, anyway, I'll show you the big stack of wood. In a day or two, we are going to go and get the wood stove / oven / water heater, because he wants that out now. He sort of said, come and get it when you want, and now it's changed to get it out now, so we've got to go and get that within a day or two. But yeah, I'll show you the big stack of wood we've been getting today in a second. Good example of a blooming clay opening that one. That's like nothing else. Let's talk about grand movement. Look at it. Flipping an inch wide. Old boxthorns. Stick my entire blooming hand right down in there and get my wrist in there. Just from the earth drying up. Sort of down here, it's like the soil around my house. Goes back to the volcanic clay. God blimey. I can see only get 14 inches into there. No joke, 14 inches down. What's underneath a corrugated iron. Oh, okay. Well, that's most of that's hardwood. A lot of those logs there are peppercorn, which are softwood. But that was Oh, the old machine was gagging. I reckon there's at least a ton of flaming wood there, probably more. Probably about a ton. Anyways, yeah. As I was looking at the thing there, the old sheepyards, the old miracle of blooming pellets and corrugated iron, I said to my father, you know, it'd be good to get rid of this, and he goes, oh, well, not my priority. And I sort of said, well, maybe next summer, and then I said, you know what, I might actually get into it sooner rather than later. Anyway, he said, I wonder how loose these posts are. Next thing you know, the star pickets, like the blooming fence, you barely see them, the fence posts along there, we start pulling out the star pickets. So I pulled out, I don't know, 6 or 8 of these star pickets, and checking out the other posts that have been concreted in, and one of them, the blooming, I don't know if it's earth movement or what, as you've seen the big hole there, but one of them, the blooming concrete's sort of coming up above the rest of the ground, so that'll be easy to get out. Rest of them I could probably put the angle grinder on, but I don't want to with the dry grass. I've got the reciprocating saw with the hacksaw blade and go through it that way, but a lot of them, to be quite honest, I get through a lot of it just with bolt cutters, because it's only blooming heavy bits of wire and stuff that are holding some of them in, and, you know, old bolts that are rusting as shit, and I could probably just put my bolt cutters onto it anyway, but it's, yeah, he wants to get out some of the frames. Some of them are actually quite alright, the actual fence frames, like, you see the one, the mesh one over there, like your outside rim of it. Well, some of them, it's really, I mean, that one's a square one, but the other one that's open there, you know, it's got, like, you come along and it sort of curves, and then the pipe's been perfectly bent, and to get these pipes bent a perfect 90 degrees is not something that we're sort of, you know, got a whole heap of heavy pipe bending equipment for. You know, doing it on copper pipe, if you've done that before, that's one thing. You try doing it on blooming steel water pipe that's more than blooming, you know, 1/8 of an inch thick, and you'll really start struggling. So a lot of those are actually in pretty good condition down there, so we're likely to salvage all the fence, like the gate frames, and just scrap the rest. But that may be something that I get into before long. I always seem to have a big list of things, but I work so damn hard I get through it rather quick, if you know what I mean. So I've got a few more little boxthorns I've got to snip out, but I was doing a whole heap of that yesterday, and I've churned into heaps of that, so that's probably only another day or so there. We've got to pick up this stove, as I was saying before. Do a few more scrap metal runs that have been, that's no big deal, just do them whenever. And tomorrow we're going to try and pull out the boxthorns with the tractor, but that'll all be done in a couple of hours anyway. And you know, basically by next week, after we get the stove, my father's got to take his ride-on lawnmower in for servicing, so I won't have a trailer for a while, so I won't be able to do scrap metal runs, so I'll probably be down there snipping that out. I had a bit of a look at the little boxthorns I've got to snip out. As I said, I've already done quite a lot of it in a couple of hours yesterday, and the rest of them won't be such a big deal to do. So yeah, I might actually get on and do all that stuff before the autumn really sets in and the grass starts to grow and stuff like that, because some of the wire down there in that pellet wood sheepyard, I started pulling some of the wire out of the grass, and because the grass is all dry you can do it, but once it's all green and thick and luscious, like when it really starts raining properly and the weather cools down and all that, you got no hope of pulling the shit out, not without towing it with a vehicle and all that, not going into all that. So, but there's not that much down there, so I think I could get into it pretty quick, but a lot of wood down there, a lot of old shit, so I'll just heap that up under the boxthorn and give the old boxthorn there a baptism of fire, maybe add in a bit of blooming, spray it with a bit of petrol as well, or add a bit of coal in and burn the bloody thing out of existence, hopefully. Alrighty, well, we've been up to some stuff. As you can see, tractor's been pulling pretty hard. As you can see, I managed to dig a few holes. That's actually tractor wheels, the back wheels digging the flipping ground out. as we tried to pull out. All this where I'm walking here, all this was all covered in boxthorn. We got the roots out, a bit of dirt fell back in, there's a bit of a crater there. There's a big clump there. This bastard was only going to break off at ground level. We pulled this that many times. Ground's all flexing, even the ground right out 2 foot away is flexing. Wouldn't pull the damn roots out. Got one of them out that was going in that direction, but yeah. So we've got this patch here, and we've been doing another patch over yonder. It's a lot easier to get into and they're smaller, but Father, here comes the damn wind as usual. Father reckons the ground's too dense, but at the moment it's rather crumbly and whatnot. But I can remember we had a lot of fun in BS last time trying to get some of these out, but it also happens that some of the ones, or at least this one we were getting out is one of the real big ones with, you know, like a 14-inch flipping base in it sort of thing. And I mean, even that one was over there as well. But anyway, we're getting onto some smaller ones, and some of those have been hardened. Some of them have come out a lot easier than these did, but this is the thing, if it rains, the ground gets softer, but then it's stickier because it's all moist and it's clay, whereas it all ends up crumbly like that. I mean, that's black clay, and it's just like all crumbles during the summer when it's dry. And you also get the cracks like you would have seen earlier on in this video down the bottom. I've actually decided I'm probably going to start this weekend pulling apart the old, what's his name, old sheepyards, but we're going to be going Monday to get the wood stove oven hot water system combo. Apparently it's got an 18-foot tall flue, so I don't know if I'll be using the full flue, but yeah. But anyway, I cut a few bits out with a reciprocating saw to be able to get into the base, which made things a lot easier. But I'd done that last night, forgot to film it, and then he came over and I'd had a shit night sleep and ended up sleeping to about 20 past 10, and then I flipping only just managed to get some clothes on and get out the door. I've only just started eating food now, and it's like blooming, you know, 1:30 in the arvo. First time I've eaten for the day, so anyway, we shall continue on with another bunch that's behind those trees over there. Alrighty, you probably can't hear me very well. You're over the mic to stop the wind blowing. Blooming rabbit holes all in amongst all this. That's a crater there for pulling out a big heap of roots, but some of the fencing is just glorious. Pretty much scrap metal. About 30 years ago. This is one that my father reckons is actually grandfather done this. Rock post tied to another post to keep it up. Hooked onto. A bit of pipe hammered into the ground. We finished about 7:15 last night, and now it's about, I don't know, 5 or 10 past 7 in the morning. Light levels are rapid. Let me just come up. Overcast, as you can see. Yeah. We got a decent amount out of all this. Is on the sheet there. Maybe about 50 or 60 there, even though you can't see very well. There's all the little ones that pulled out. I'll be able to see the white on the car. Hoping it's not going to rain today. still damn cold. I should be able to get some of this stuff tomorrow. It doesn't rain, but yeah, it looks like it's threatening if we get the odd couple of drips already. Well, it appears the day has turned to shit, but that doesn't really matter. It's coming down a bit, but not too hard. But surprisingly enough, I've pretty much finished. Yeah, in the space of a couple of hours, I've finished. Look at that. 11:15. And I'm just about done. So I'll go show you what I've done. I'll turn the microphone off this time because it's always going to blow like hell and I don't feel like holding my finger over it. Alrighty, well, I've got a few sheets of scrap metal in the front there and a whole stack around the back of the ramp there. As you can see, I'm packing the boxthorn up with all the wood. You might have seen other pallets there. Those were hardwood pallets and, well, the nails are in pretty good and the wood's still in good enough condition that they're not going to come out easily. So I was going to bring down a hammer and do them, but I might just do that another day because I want to go into town and you know, here we are in rain and I'm wearing freaking shorts because this is the last pair of pants I got. I really got to buy some more pants and like quite a few pairs and probably go and upload all this stuff as well. And well, I might as well do it on a rainy day. And as you can probably see through there, I've got a bunch of wire as well. And I've got a bunch of star pickets and that there that are in actually quite good condition and 5 gate frames as well. But I'll come back another time, another day, maybe tomorrow or whatever, with a hammer and try and bust off those planks and probably go and sort through that wood on the side and see what's good and what's not, because there's a fair bit in that that's just crap. But anyway, I think that's enough for today because I've got higher priorities that really should be getting done, and seeing it's raining, well, I think that pretty much makes a decision for me.